Welcome to Zoe Stories. My girlfriend turned me into her perfect woman. Life had always seemed predictable, a quiet routine where I went through the motions without ever truly feeling alive. My name is Ethan, and at 25, I was a young professional working at a mid-level office job. On paper, I had everything I could ever need: a steady income, a loving girlfriend, and a life that many would envy. But there was something missing. Beneath the surface, I was struggling. My girlfriend, Isabel, was the person who brought color into my otherwise monotonous existence. She was outgoing, bold, confident, everything I wasn't. I admired her energy and charisma, and sometimes I couldn't help but feel a little envious of how easily she seemed to command attention and affection from everyone she met. It wasn't jealousy exactly. It was more a longing to be someone else, someone more free. I had never truly explored the part of myself that was different, that part of me that was more than just an office worker or a boyfriend. There was a side of me that found joy in things most guys didn't, like fashion, makeup, and the soft, elegant lines of feminine clothing. Yet, I had kept those desires hidden, even from Isabel, afraid of what it might mean for my identity. But Isabel saw something in me that I couldn't. She didn't just love the person I pretended to be, she loved me, the person I was underneath all the layers of fear and hesitation. One day, she asked a simple question that would alter everything. Have you ever thought about dressing up as a woman? It was a suggestion so casually thrown out, yet the idea felt so foreign, so frightening, and yet strangely thrilling. The conversation came out of nowhere, and for a long moment, I just stared at Isabel, unsure of how to respond. We had been together for 2 years, and while I had never expressed an interest in dressing up as a woman, I couldn't deny the curiosity that had been brewing deep inside me for as long as I could remember. She was lying on the couch, scrolling through her phone when she casually brought it up, as though it were no big deal. "You know," she began, "I've been thinking. You always talk about how much you love fashion. What would it be like if you tried dressing up as a woman for a day? Just for fun." My heart skipped a beat. The thought of it sent a rush of excitement through me, mixed with an overwhelming sense of panic. What if it wasn't just fun? What if it was more than that? What if it changed everything? "Are you serious?" I asked, my voice unsteady. She sat up, her eyes twinkling with that mischievous glint I had come to love. "Why not? It could be fun. I think you'd look amazing, Ethan. I've seen you admire women's clothes more than once, and you have the kind of face that would work well for it. Maybe it'll help you feel more confident, too." Her words, unexpected and bold, rattled me. But instead of rejecting them outright, I found myself saying the words I never thought I would. "Okay, but only if you help me." Her smile grew wider, almost gleeful. "Deal. We'll make it a whole experience. You'll see. This will change everything." And just like that, my life took a sharp turn, setting me on a journey of self-discovery I had never anticipated. The next few days passed in a blur as Isabel took charge of the plan. She was determined, almost as if she had been preparing for this moment for a long time. She insisted that we go shopping together, and I hesitated, not sure if I was ready for the world to see me like that. But Isabel was insistent, and slowly I began to warm to the idea. Maybe this was the chance to explore something I had buried deep inside me. On a crisp Saturday morning, Isabel and I ventured into the city. The store we entered was high-end but welcoming, with soft lighting and racks of elegant clothing. I felt out of place, almost as if I didn't belong in a world of lace and silk, but Isabel's hand on my shoulder reassured me. She was excited, and her energy was contagious. "What do you think?" she asked, holding up a soft navy blue dress. It was simple, knee-length, with a delicate floral pattern and a slight flare at the waist. "This would look amazing on you." I swallowed my nerves. "It's pretty," I said, unsure of how else to react. I had never seen myself wearing anything like this. But Isabel's enthusiasm made me reconsider. I wanted to trust her. She pulled more items off the racks, including a pair of black heels, a delicate lace bra, and a soft pink wig. The whole experience felt surreal. As I looked at the clothes she picked out, I couldn't help but feel a sense of longing. They weren't just clothes, they were an invitation to be something I had always wanted to be, something I had never allowed myself to fully embrace. When we got home, Isabel laid out everything in front of me. "Ready?" she asked, her voice full of excitement. I nodded, feeling the weight of the decision settling on my shoulders. But Isabel's constant encouragement made me feel like I was about to step into something life-changing. I went into the bathroom to change. I stood in front of the mirror, hesitating before pulling on the dress. The fabric felt different on my skin, soft and cool, as if I were entering a new world entirely. Slowly, I slid into the lace bra, adjusted the wig, and stepped into the heels. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize myself. The face staring back at me was someone entirely new, someone I had never given myself permission to be. "Ethan," Isabel's voice called from the other room. "You ready?" I took a deep breath and walked out, my heart pounding in my chest. Isabel's eyes widened as she saw me. "Oh my God, you look incredible," she exclaimed, rushing over to adjust a stray strand of hair. Her praise filled me with warmth, but I couldn't shake the feeling of self-consciousness. "I feel strange," I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. "But good, it's like I'm a different person." Isabel smiled warmly. "That's because you are. You're finally letting yourself be the person you've always wanted to be." We spent the rest of the day together, just the two of us. I still felt like an outsider in my own skin, but Isabel's presence made it easier. She took me out to a cafe, and though my nerves got the best of me at times, I couldn't help but feel a sense of freedom that I had never known before. The real test came a week later when Isabel and I attended a friend's party. It was one of those high-profile events, elegant, sophisticated, and full of people who were always impeccably dressed. Isabel had promised me that this would be a night for me to truly embrace my transformation. When we arrived, the crowd seemed to part as we entered, and I felt a wave of panic wash over me. The room was filled with laughter, conversation, and the hum of sophisticated music. I tried to hide behind Isabel, but she encouraged me to stand tall. "You've got this," she whispered in my ear, giving me a gentle push forward. As the night unfolded, I began to feel something stirring within me. The compliments flowered. "You look amazing. Where did you get that dress?" But they weren't just superficial. They made me feel seen in a way I had never felt before. The compliments weren't just about the dress or the makeup. They were about me, the person I had become. But then, out of nowhere, James, a former colleague, appeared before me. His eyes locked on mine, and for a moment, he didn't seem to recognize me. He blinked a few times, taking in my appearance, then gasped. "Ethan," he asked, his voice incredulous. I smiled softly, nodding. "It's me." He seemed stunned for a moment, and then he chuckled. "I barely recognize you." "You look incredible." Something shifted within me. This wasn't just about the clothes or the makeup. It was about me finally accepting who I had always been. "I feel amazing," I admitted, like I'm finally becoming myself. James raised an eyebrow, a knowing look in his eyes. "Well, you've certainly got a new energy about you. I'm impressed." The days that followed were a whirlwind. I began to wear more feminine clothing regularly, each day feeling like a new opportunity to express myself in ways I had never thought possible. Isabel's support never wavered, and our relationship grew stronger as I embraced this new side of myself. She encouraged me to be bold, to wear whatever made me feel empowered. I felt a profound sense of freedom. The world seemed different now, like I could exist in any space without fear of judgment. The old version of me, the shy, insecure boy, felt distant, almost like a faded memory. Isabel and I continued to explore this new chapter together. She took me shopping more often, helping me discover the nuances of femininity, teaching me how to embrace every part of myself. It wasn't just about the clothes. It was about learning to love the person I was becoming. One evening, as I stood before the mirror, fully dressed in a delicate black dress, I realized that I had come full circle. I wasn't just the man I had been, nor was I simply the woman Isabel had helped me become. I was both. As I looked at myself, I didn't just see the woman in the mirror. I saw someone who had finally embraced every part of themselves. The shy, introverted boy who had never believed he was enough, and the confident, radiant woman who now stood before me. "I'm proud of you," Isabel whispered from behind me, wrapping her arms around my waist. I turned and looked at her, my heart swelling with love and gratitude. "Thank you. You've shown me a side of myself I never knew existed." I didn't know what the future held, but for the first time, I wasn't afraid to find out. Thank you for joining us on another captivating journey through Zoe's stories. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tale. Until next time, keep exploring, keep imagining, and keep believing in the magic of storytelling. See you in the next chapter.